Hi buddy, Paul here with some good old 80s sword and sorcery action fantasy R-rated goodness in the form of the Deathstalker quadrilogy. Yes, there are 4 of these fantastical fight fantasy flicks, and we're going to have a look at all of them right now, all on DVD. And to get them all together has taken quite a bit of time, particularly for one of the movies, which I'll chat about in just a second. But let's just have a quick sweep up, actually look at the other 3 covers as well. But incredible that we've got 4 of these movies. The first one, a lot of fun, and of course stars the one and only Rick Hill. And the lead role of Deathstalker swapped around a bit during the 4 movies, but Rick Hill, for me, the first and the best, played more with a serious sort of side to the character, although all 4 films definitely very much tongue-in-cheek, but this one had a darker vein of humour running through it, whereas a couple of the other ones more on the sort of campy side. They're all camp films, so to speak, but got a little bit more jovial and light-hearted with parts 2 and part 3, I believe. Not seen part 3, and again, touch on that in just a second, but this one really is such a fun movie, and certainly the best place to start as Rick Hill himself there. And of course all of these movies very much in the style of the 80s fantasy R-rated flicks, with a bevy of beautiful babes, and there of course is the bad guy there. Good stuff. I mean, all the ingredients throughout the 4 movies very much of that sort of era, but the fantasy sword plays, mystical, sort of enchanted spirits and queens, and sort of gargoyles, and sort of just magical things all round, really. It's all such a good combination to enjoy these ones. Really is a lot of fun, as I say. But there we go, Deathstalker number 1, first in the series of 4. This one's from 1983, unbelievable, it's that old now. But 1983, starring Rick Hill, as I mentioned, along with Barbie Benton, Lana Clarkson, who in this movie apparently used a real sword. Now, I hope that's because she was extremely talented at using the sword, but everybody else had a faux sword, and she had a real one, apparently. It'd be interesting to see if there's an updated version release of this with some extras to see if there are any accidents, perhaps, with that said sword. But incredible, using a real sword. This one was filmed in Argentina. An interesting sort of little tidbit with this one, you'll probably recognise actually looking at that artwork, but this DVD box artwork was done by the same guy who actually also did the DVD artwork for National Lampoon's European Vacation. Now, if you do a search on that, if you've got European Vacation on DVD, because it's a fun film, check out the style, and I think you'll agree that without question it can only be the same guy. Very, very interesting little sort of quirkiness there. But there we are, Deathstalker, the first, the original, perhaps the best, starring Rick Hill. Good stuff. Really enjoy these, really, really do. Let's bring in number 2, have a look at that. There we go, let's just linger lovingly over the DVD cover artwork there. Always reminds me of the great fantasy artist Frank Frazetta as well. Very cool. And Richard Corman as well, who also was very, very good at doing this sort of styling on the fantasy, sort of escapism, sort of animation, anime style, comic book artwork, and great, vibrant sort of picture work for cinema posters and that sort of thing. All good stuff. So this is the follow-up, and this is the first change of lead role with introduction here as Deathstalker and Deathstalker 2. This one stars John Teleski playing the role more light-hearted under the direction of Jim Wynorski, who himself has a minor role in the movie as a dying soldier, and he actually wrote the script for this one as well. And it also features Monique Gabrielle as the babylicious princess, and John Lazar as the evil sorcerer Jarek. All good stuff indeed, and this one is just as enjoyable. As I say, my preference overall really is for the first one, which is just a cracking slice of all action entertainment. I think where it was shot in Argentina as well, it just had the particularly good outdoor sort of scenery, and the sets were just fantastic. I think that probably the budget's got a little bit less for each one as we went along, but nevertheless, all four highly entertaining movies. So there we are. There's the DVD artwork there for Deathstalker 2. Good stuff. Let's bring in then Deathstalker 3. Now, this one I've not actually seen, and there's a reason for that. It was incredibly hard to get hold of and to find. It's very hard to find on VHS. It just passed me by, never able to actually pick this one up until in the last few years. It took that long, and I actually managed to find it on the internet, thanks to the internet, in the Philippines of all places. I had to search for it forever, and just one day found it on an obscure website in the Philippines, and there it was on DVD, so grabbed me some of that, and ironically quite a cheap, fair, reasonable price. But I dare say if you try and get hold of this one now, very, very difficult still, I would imagine. Great artwork again there. But it's a real shame. I think this one's overdue really for certainly a DVD box set, if not a remastered Blu-ray set of all four movies. I would be there front of the queue to pick this one up without question. Really, really would. Now, I haven't shown the interior of the first two, and I won't for the fourth either, because it really is just very basic, no colour picture art on the disc itself, but this one does. So that's a little sort of bonus there. I'm spending so much time having to find it, but there we are. There's the interior. There's no backing art on any of these, but it's just really basic DVD stuff here, so pretty much part of the course. But nice to have the added artwork there on the disc itself. Nice little extra touch to that. But liking the artwork on this one, very, very cool. So Deathstalker 3 is actually known as Deathstalker, the Warriors from Hell. And this one's from 1988. Deathstalker 2, by the way, I don't think I mentioned, was 1987. So 87, then 88, pretty much back-to-back these were made. This one, again's got a change of lead for Deathstalker. This one stars John Allen Nelson, and it was directed by Alfonso Corona. And this time we have Deathstalker pitted against the evil wizard Troxatus, who's played by Tom Trias. Also features Carla Hurd as the beautiful Princess Carissa. And I'm hoping, well, I'm sure this one will be just as much campy, tongue-in-cheek fun as the others, of course, have been as well. So, again, good stuff. I mean, that's classic sort of cover artwork there, isn't it? Really just very much comic book, sort of graphic novel styled artwork there. All very good, very enjoyable stuff. Okay, so there we are. That is Deathstalker 3, The Warriors from Hell. Let's then finish up with Deathstalker 4, of course. This one's Match of Titans, striking up another match between Deathstalker and the Maidens of fantastical proportions and evil wizards, etc. Good stuff. Good again here with the artwork. Highly enjoyable indeed. Let's just flip it over, have a look at the back there as well. Tell us a little bit about that story. And here we go. The return of Rick Hill to the lead role of Deathstalker. Pleased to say. So he started out in the role, and a nice bookend ends it in the fourth and final entry to date of this Deathstalker quadrilogy. And as I say, of the four people playing the lead role of Deathstalker, Rick Hill is certainly my favourite, but I certainly enjoyed the very much tongue-in-cheek comedic sort of turn, not comedy as such, but more definitely light-hearted in part 2 with John Tuleski. And having not seen Deathstalker 3 yet, not too sure about John Allen Nelson, but I'll let you know about that in the future. If you have seen Deathstalker 3 or any of these, do please let me know your thoughts are. Most people who enjoy these fantasy escapism films, I'm sure, have at least seen Deathstalker 1, but do let me know what your thoughts are. If you'd like any more information about these, happy to share and even perhaps watch these again and do reviews on them. Do let me know in the comments below. Look forward to it. But Deathstalker 4, Match of Titans, this one's from 1991, sees the return of Rick Hill to the main man mantle of Deathstalker up against an army of stone warriors, and the Wicked Queen created them. This one's directed by Howard R. Cohen, who actually wrote movies 1, 3, and this one number 4 in the Deathstalker series. He finally got a turn behind the camera as well. So good stuff. Really, very, very much enjoyed all of these. Let's just put them all together. Have a final lingering look at them all and close the video out on a Deathstalker high. Good stuff indeed. Thanks for stopping by, checking this one out. Hope you enjoyed it. Do, as I say, let me know what your thoughts are. Till next time though, thanks for watching everybody. Take care. See you all soon. Bye for now.